Yes, Party Machine. I feel like this is an episode we can all relate to in some way. I'm sure that many of the people watching this video wouldn't consider themselves a party animal, but there are elements throughout the episode which I connected with personally. It opens with Nora packing up and getting ready to leave the house for a trip to Pluto. On her way out, she notices that Jenny made a pretty sizable mess in her room. The room looks like something from Hoarders. Ms. Wakeman is understandably upset about this. How could you expect a robot to save the world if it can't even clean its room? She threatens to pack her clothes away and stay home. There's an alien threat looming over the world, so if she was to leave Jenny by herself, there'd be no way to know if Jenny would deal with it. This makes me question Nora's intentions. Why didn't she design Jenny to be more reliable? Why didn't she create an XJ10 if Jenny has such clear defects? I'm poking holes in the logic of this cartoon. I need to get a life. Anyways, Jenny plays the "your little girl is growing up" card, and this shockingly worked on Nora. The weird thing is, Nora acknowledges that it's impossible for Jenny to grow up in a literal sense because she was designed to be a robot. Once again, I know this is a cartoon, but I can't help but question if Nora expected something to go wrong. Back when we talked about class action, I mentioned I wouldn't be shocked if Nora was watching the school burn down while taking notes. In this episode, maybe Nora is still taking notes about Jenny's performance and her actions. I haven't heard this fan theory myself, so I'll coin it as the Fanbase hypothesis. Back to the episode, Brad breaks into the Wakeman house through a window with materials for the party they're planning. Nora is still in the house, so Jenny pushes Brad out of the window and fucking kills him. It turns out that the aliens only land at the Wakeman residence, and that's why Nora moved there in the first place. Nora hands Jenny a MacGuffin she would need to defeat the aliens and heads on her way. Looks like Brad didn't actually succumb to his injuries, so they wave Miss Wakeman off. Now that Nora is gone, they can prepare for the party, and Jenny can try to get the attention of Don Prima, the alpha male of the series. Suddenly, a knock at the door. It could be Nora, so Jenny pushes Brad into a wall, killing him for real this time. It wasn't Miss Wakeman, it was Tuck, who wanted to help prepare for the party. This is where things become relatable for myself. If you've got a little sibling, this kind of stuff happens all the time. Obviously, Brad and Jenny don't want a little kid to be at a high school party. His idea of fun is pin the tail on the donkey and crayons. The only reason they let him stay is because he threatens to tell Miss Wakeman about the party. At the actual party, there's a shocking amount of people. As you'd expect, they make a huge mess, which Jenny struggles to keep up with. The party's just no fun for Jenny. That is, until she's pushed into Don Prima. She can't control her excitement around him and starts laughing hysterically. Just as Don Prima and Jenny were kicking it off, Jenny notices a group of kids playing hacky sack with the MacGuffin. She jumps into action, knocking out Don in the process. As she goes to check in on Don Prima, she gives the MacGuffin to Brad, who discards it after hitting it off with the craziest girl at the party.
So, how do you feel about pin the tail on the donkey?
Wow. I totally love that game!
It's soon time for the aliens to appear, and Jenny can't find the MacGuffin. She starts wrecking the house looking for it, encouraging more people to destroy things. In frustration, Jenny blows everyone out of the house using a huge electrical fan attachment. The house is absolutely destroyed, and the King of Aliens appears, and he's the size of an ant. They don't have the MacGuffin, so Brad tries to stomp on him just to get absolutely annihilated. He should have a concussion at the very least, after all the beatings he's taken in this episode. The king starts multiplying into more and more aliens at a supernatural rate. Jenny and Brad run from the swarm, just to find Tuck, who is asleep in a pile of rubble with the MacGuffin. Now that they have it, they easily suck up all the aliens while cleaning the house in the process. I kid you not, the second this happens, Nora walks through the door. The Fanbase hypothesis has never looked more likely. What were the chances of that? Nora goes on to give Jenny permission to throw the party she kept asking her about. This could be perceived as weird comedic timing, or she could be taunting Jenny, knowing damn well what actually went down. And that's how the episode ends. Honestly, this episode represents exactly what I look for in a Teenage Robot episode. A relatable concept, fun action, and no crust cousins. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite episodes, and I'm really happy that I got to re-watch it for this video. While I was watching the episode, I was wondering what it reminded me of, and I realized that this concept was tackled by Rick and Morty years later. I think that both shows handled this concept really well in their own way. I'm not sure if this episode is as highly regarded with other fans as it is with me, so I'd like to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below. I've been your narrator, Andre. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a rating. If you want to reach us, leave a comment. Or check out our other platforms. Links are in the description.
Sometimes I check the Teenage Robot Wiki to see if I missed any references while I watch these episodes. In the trivia section of this episode, there's a note that this episode features the second instance of Jenny catching Brad. Why is that there? Is there some sort of official Brad catch count? We don't have a counter for every time Jenny flies or something like that? Just figured I'd point that out.